and Zooms. Okay. So those of you who have joined a conference and watched it, like I am so proud of you for doing that because it was epic. It was incredible. So I want to do like a little bit of a recap for that. And then we're gonna go into goals since it's a new month. And we're gonna talk about habits a little bit because your girl busted out 6 chapters of this on the airplane. And this right here, The Slight Edge, I should have bought you guys this damn book because that book that I bought you, I apologize. Like that's gonna eat me alive for the rest of my life. But that book that I bought you is terrible. Okay, just shelf it. If you're reading it, I think Karen was the one that was like, "I'm powering through." Don't power through. Shelf the dang book. Okay, this one is actually really really good. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of this book too. But recap from conference. So we've got the 2 new Activate flavors. Those are active and live now. They are coconut pineapple bomb. Okay. I will not tell you to add rum to it, but like if you did, it would probably be amazing. I'm just saying. Like it's kind of like you're on the beach. Okay. Sean even drank it and he was like, that, never mind. Okay. It's amazing. Coconut pineapple is awesome. And then the star fruit, I've never bought a star fruit before. I don't know what it actually tastes like, the actual fruit, but it tastes like a starburst. It doesn't taste like an original starburst though. It tastes like a tropical starburst. You know, that like bag, that tropical bag that you can get. That's what it tastes like. So both of those hands down, so much better than the watermelon and the strawberry mango, even though those 2 flavors are still good, but these like knock it out of the park. So there's those. And then in June we have coming, where did I put these? So in June we have the detox that's coming. So you guys took some awesome notes on that too. Where did I put my notes? Lord help us. The detox that's coming is like that 10-day detox, right? And you are not supposed to be using your 3 steps with the detox. Okay. So it also comes with a meal plan, which I thought was kind of cool. So it's going to teach people how they should be treating their body. Haha. Okay. And I kind of like thought of it like you guys were saying, it's like like it's revving up your engine, right? Or it's cleaning out your engine to be able to absorb the nutrients that you're about to put in it. So the way I'm probably going to explain it to people is it's kind of like priming the weed eater, right? You push the little button, you prime it, right? And then you're pulling it and it cranks, right? Do you know what I'm talking about? You've never weed eated, Kelly? Oh my God. So Sean had a back injury last summer and I had to weed eat for like 3 months straight. I thought I was going to die. Okay. And, you know, I did it one day after arms at the gym. I literally thought I was going to die, but like, it's a lot of work. Okay. With your arms, but you prime it, then you pull it and it cranks. Okay. So it's kind of like that. You're going to detox your body. You're going to rid toxins, all that good stuff, eliminates bloating, rejuvenates the GI tract so that you can actually absorb the nutrients so much better once they get into your system. So yeah, that's that. But you got to be off your 3 steps. Want. Then you've got the sequential powder technology. So it's kind of the same as the sequential gels. So you've got your rest and your collagen, right? They are absorbed immediately, but they're also absorbed sequentially too, which is amazing because they keep working even though they're working initially as well. So that's kind of the same thing, except for it's going to be a powder. We've got chill, which is going to be what? It's going to be minty and it's going to be for relaxation and stress. Now, Jason said for sure, just compliance reasons, do not say that it helps anxiety. We can't make those claims, but we can say it helps with relaxation and it helps with stress. Okay. So just make sure we're all clear there and we're all being compliant. And then heat is going to have a thermogenic in it. It's going to boost your metabolism, really help with weight loss. Chocolate and lemon drop, right, Kelly? Yeah. Chocolate and lemon drop. Those, I don't know if they're coming June 1st or if they're coming end of June, but it's definitely something to start talking about on your stories. Maybe you go face to face on your stories and you're like, listen, like stay tuned, right? And if you type in your Instagram, the top, the little GIF part, you can type stay tuned and it comes up with these little graphics that say stay tuned or like new product or coming soon, all sorts of stuff like that. So make sure that you go ahead and you start having that conversation because people, like, even if you talk about it, if you talk about it one time, they're not going to remember in June. But if it's something that you're constantly putting out for May, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember you were talking about this one product that's going to help with weight loss, right? You talked about this one detox. Let me know when it's available, right? So make sure you go ahead and start talking about that a little bit this month. So work that into your calendar. When do you want to start talking about it? What days do you want to talk about it? Write it down. Okay. I kind of like to look at this business kind of like the way I look at nursing. When you're in the medical field and you're taking care of a patient, if you don't chart it in the computer, it didn't happen. Okay. So I could give medications to my patient. I could start an IV on my patient. I could do all these things to my patient. But if I don't put that in the computer in a court of law, it didn't happen. So this is how I look at my schedule for my business right here. If I don't write it down, it's not going to happen. My brain's not going to remember it. I have my schedule here, right? And then I have my IPA list. I like to keep mine on my phone. I change my IPA list every single day, right? Because not every day I'm going live. But I write down the basics. I start with the non-negotiables. I start with the self-development, the leadership development, products on stories, face-to-face on stories. And we're going to get into goals and habits in a little bit. But I wanted to kind of go into this book a little bit. Harriet, nice to see you. I hope you have a good flight back. God bless it. 2 days in a row of flying. I can't. I don't know how you're doing it. But okay. So that I wanted to go into. And then we're going to talk about this book, The Slight Edge. Okay. The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, turning simple disciplines into massive success and happiness. This one would have been amazing to follow up after I read Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is a great book also. Hand in hand, these are going to be bomb. Okay. And I wanted to start by talking about basically what he's talking about is habits of success. What do successful people do on a daily basis that gets them in the direction, that gets them to the goals that they're shooting for? And he put down 3 things in the book. He talks about that. Number 1, they're really easy to do, but what he learned from Jim Rohn, if you've ever listened to Jim Rohn, he's like, the little things that get you in the direction that you want to go are not hard to do. They're very easy to do, right? Putting your products on your stories is very easy to do. Putting a post up on social media is very easy to do, but it's also very easy not to do it at the same time. Okay. And that is a lot of what keeps people away from this business, or what kind of like checks them out of the game, because it's easy for them to join. It's easy for them to get the idea of making money from their phone or wanting to create financial success, but it's also really easy to back out, right? It's not much of an investment, a couple $100, and you run your business for free if you take it seriously. But in the same aspect, it takes them out just as easy, because they're able to give up on themselves just as easy, because it's just as easy to walk away. It's just as easy to not go live. It's just as easy to not go face to face on your stories. It's just as easy not to put up a post every single day, right? Number 2, he says the results are invisible at first. Hear me out. If you've ever heard anything about compound interest, what you'll realize is that it works both ways. It works both ways in business, in health, in any goal that you're trying to achieve, right? So let's say, for example, that I'm trying to lose weight. The compound interest is me maybe eating a salad over a cheeseburger, right? Me getting up early and going to the gym, me drinking more water. These little things that are easy to do, but they're also very easy not to do, right? But what people lack is the understanding that these things will add up, because they don't see the result immediately. You're not going to eat a salad, go to the gym, drink your water, and lose 10 pounds in 2 days, right? It's something that you have to stay consistent at to be able to see those results. And on the flip side, you're also not going to eat a cheeseburger and die, right? And so people, I'm sorry to be dramatic, but that example was in the book. Like, you're not going to eat a cheeseburger and die, because if you eat a cheeseburger and you know that it's immediately going to kill you, no one's going to go and eat a cheeseburger, right? But if you know over time, cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger. Before you know it, you're fat. Before you know it, you're diabetic. Before you know it, you're dead, right? Heart attack. I'm sorry, but compound interest works both ways. So let's say you've got yourself, you've got your goal, straight line, right? Compound interest. Are you getting that 1% better every single day? 1%, 1%, 1%. You decide you're going to eat that salad. You're going to drink your water. You're going to go to the gym. Eventually, you're going to get up to your goal, right? Versus compound interest of doing the wrong thing, of taking the wrong step, of eating that cheeseburger, not moving your body, not drinking your water. Maybe you're drinking more alcohol and more sugar and more carbs. There you go, right? So you choose which direction you're going to go every single day. It's the same way in our business. It's the same way. You may think that putting up a picture or a boomerang or something about your products every single day is mundane and that it doesn't make a big difference, but it does. And what you don't realize is that's building trust in your audience. They trust you now because they know you take your products every single day, right? They know that they can trust you as a leader. Okay. If you're wanting to start building a team, when are they going to trust you as a leader? When you start talking about yourself as a leader. When you start showing up as a leader and you're using your products every day and you're telling them what this is going to do for their body and you're telling them what you've noticed just by joining this team, right? With the leadership that you have and the people that you look up to in this company, right? You start talking about that, they're going to start seeing you differently. Versus if you say nothing at all, how are they ever going to know what you can help them with? Does that make sense? But it's really, really easy to not put up a post and to not go live and to not put that boomerang up of your capsules because you think that you're being salesy or you think that you're being repetitive or redundant or mundane or whatever you want to call it. It's not. It's just you're following that path of success. And are you getting 1% better every single day? Number 3, they seem insignificant. I'm going to go to page 57. I wrote that down. Hang on. They seem insignificant because nobody's copying for you right now, right? Listen to this. I'm going to read it to you. It says the things that create success in the long run don't look like they're having any impact at all in the short run. Do you agree? I agree. So easy to not go live. Absolutely. I still get scared of live video. Okay. Didn't even want to do it today and I did it twice. It says, but that's not how success is built. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Okay. Progressive means success is a process. It's not a destination, right? We say that all the time. It's something that you experience gradually over time. Failure is just as gradual, just like we said, right? You're either going the right way or you're going the wrong way. Either way, you're going to get to the destination. It just might not be the one that you were hoping for. Okay. Based on the decisions that you make every single day. It says, in fact, the difference between success and failure is so subtle, you can't even see it or recognize it during the process. And here's how real success is built. By the time, God, this gave me chills. By the time you get the feedback, because we're all like, it's really easy to get wrapped up in likes and comments and followers and recognition and wanting to hear that you're doing a great job and wanting to see that success right away. It says, by the time you get the feedback, the real work's already done. By the time you go 4K, by the time you go 12K, whatever those goals are that you're looking at, by the time you get there, your work is already done, okay? The chances are at the time you actually made those choices, nobody noticed you, right? Nobody notices, right? Because everybody looks at Katie and everybody looks at M and everybody looks at all these amazing leaders that we have on our team. And we're like, oh my God, you're so lucky, right? Oh my God, how'd you get there so fast? In our eyes, it looks fast. In their eyes, they've showed up every day. They've cried in their kitchen. They've hopped on Zooms, right? Just like we have when nobody shows up. They have persevered every single day. They have heard no. They have had people leave their team. They have had to shift and transform as a leader, right? But we don't see that. we see people popping ranks, right? We see people earning trips. We see people earning free product credit, multiple free product credit on different accounts, right? That's what you see. But what you don't see are the little habits that they've put in every single day for years. Okay. And we're going to talk about time in just a second. The Power of Time. I wrote that down too, page 65. This is an incredible book, you guys. I cannot believe I blew through 6 chapters of this. Like, look, that's half the book that I read. You see my little green leaf right there? Half the book I read on the plane. Page 65. And I've never like taken so many notes and like underlined and highlighted in a book. Okay, I want to tell you a story that he talks about in the very beginning of the book. So it's a stupid story, but he's talking about these 2 frogs, right? And they're like on a dairy farm or something. And they're just like, I guess, hopping around. Accidentally, they hop into a bucket of milk. And what they don't realize when they hop in is that the bucket of milk has a little bit of cream in it. And so they're swimming around and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the best milk, best cream I've ever tasted, right? Before you know it, they start getting tired and they're like, okay, I'm full. Like, we need to jump out. They realize they can't jump out. Okay. And so they're both swimming and they're both like grasping onto the outside of the bucket, and nothing they're doing is working. Like, they can't jump out of the bucket. They can't. They're tired. One frog gives up. He's like, it's not going to happen. It's not in the cards for us, right? Like, it is what it is. He gives up. He drowns, goes to the bottom of the bucket. You've got this other frog who's like, no, I think that we can still get it. I think that we can still get out. I think we can. And he's trying and trying and trying and trying. And all of his efforts are very minuscule, right? Like, his little legs can only do so much. But then before you know it, an hour goes by and his legs going like this in the bucket for an hour has created cream. No, not cream. It's created like a butter in the bucket. Okay. And it's this little piece of butter that he's created with all his movement that then he's able to jump out of the stupid bucket. Okay. That's a stupid example, I know, but like, he talks about it multiple times in this book. And what I love is where he brings it on page 65 and he says, the moral of the frog's survival, though, is his ordeal in the cream bucket is not about the little creature's perseverance. It's not about the determination or his willpower. It certainly isn't about his strength, right? It talks about how his little feet like aren't really doing much. But the point of the story is the power of time. Most people aren't willing to wait for the power of time to kick in, right? They put in these little efforts. You're doing your IPAs every day. You're making your connections. You're going live. You're putting up a post. You're in your stories. You're doing all the things, right? This is something all of us have said. I'm doing all the things. Why am I not seeing the results that I want to see? It's when you get to that point and you can honestly look at yourself in the mirror, 100% you're giving it your all. You're going live, you're face to face on your stories, you're making connections, you're sharing your life and you're sharing your business at the same time. When you can get to that point without cringing, without doubting yourself, and you can look me in the face and say that you're giving 100% every single day, then when you hit that point, the only thing left is a matter of time. Okay. But most people hit that point and they think that they're not enough, or they think that what they're doing is not enough and they automatically need to change and go do something else, or go to a different company, or go and start doing freaking, I don't know, Twitter or something like this. I don't know. What's the new one? Clubhouse, right? That like there's always like people are going after the next shiny thing, right? But what you don't realize is once you hit that moment, it's just a matter of time if you stay consistent in what you were doing. Okay. And he says, the secret of time is simply this: time is the force that magnifies those little, almost imperceptible, seemingly insignificant things that you do every day into something titanic and unstoppable. Consistently repeated daily actions plus time equals inconquerable results. Is that making sense, you guys? And so when you're going into a new month, every single month, okay? Because I'll tell you, being here 3 years, there's a huge difference in the months that I redid my vision board at the beginning of the month and the month that I said, I'll just keep trying to get 2 customers and 2 customers on Sean's, and whatever happens, happens. There's a huge difference in those months. And so if you are not taking it seriously enough to write down your goals, there's power behind that. Please believe me. There's power behind writing down your goals. There's power behind writing down how many samples you want out, how many customers you're looking to sign this month, how many promoters do you want to lock arms with and join this tribe, right? How many new faces do we want to see on Zoom? There's power behind that. Write down your schedule. Write down what Work With Me Zooms are you going to hop on. Write down what when you're going to do live videos, right? When can you fit it into your schedule? It's not, a lot of people say like, I want 4K, I want 12K, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. But what they don't realize is that that will never get you there. That attitude, that mindset, that belief of that you want it, you want it, you want it. You have to get to the point, like I said on that Taproot video that I did, where it's no longer an option for you not to be there, for you not to be 4K, for you not to earn free product credit every month, for you not to bring in X amount of money that you want this business to bring you every month. When you get to the point where it's not an option, like I have to, I must, and it's going to be very painful when you don't, that's when it happens. Because that's when you start to believe in yourself, and that's when you start to show up a little bit differently. And that is when you see the results, because you've mastered the small daily habits that you do every day. You've mastered your IPAs. You've mastered showing up on stories. You've mastered your live videos, whether it makes you uncomfortable or not. You master that, you stick it out with time, and you believe that you can get there, you will be unstoppable, and you will be 4K, and you will have an auto bonus, and you will have multiple accounts where you're earning free product credit, right? So write down your goals. If you have any, put them in the chat. We put them in the chat earlier. I wrote them, they're on my wall, right? Karen wants her rent on auto pay. Kelly thriving for free on her husband's account, right? Catherine, 8 to 10,000 down payment for a home. I wrote down, put the girls in gymnastics. I have $1,000 to pay off on a Lightstream loan that will free up. Because here's the thing, like we can want all the things. We can want our rent on auto pay. We can want to thrive for free. We can want to pay off $1,000 in debt. But how are we going to get there? Right? How am I'll just use me for example. How am I going to pay off $1,000 for this Lightstream loan? I have to start looking at, what does that mean for me? What I'm paying per month on that Lightstream loan, that was a credit card that got way out of control, that Sean and I had to call the bank and say, oh my God, we can't even pay the minimum. And they said, okay, well, you're going to do a private loan with us and it's fixed. We've been paying that for 5 fucking years. And we pay $440 a month. So what that means to me is that frees up $440 for me and my family a month, right? So what does it mean to you when you're thriving for free? What does it mean to you when you can put your rent on auto pay? What does it mean? What does it feel like for you? For me, it's a weight lifted. For me, it's I don't have to look at my bank account, right? And constantly, like, do you know that feeling of like, I don't even want to log into my bank account because I don't want to see it, right? Who wants to live in that feeling? Right? And so if you can use this business to eliminate those feelings of not wanting to check the mail because you know there's 4 bills in there, or not wanting to look into your bank account because you know it's going to be scary, right? That's what this can do. And so you have to make it mean something to you. So when I pay off that $1,000, that's $440 a month more that my family gets. So yeah, it might be a little bit more uncomfortable like this next month because I want to pay that off in May. That's $1,000 I want to pay in May. I'm not living an extravagant life, but I'm also like, we don't make buku money right now, right? So that $1,000 paying that off in May, that's going to be a challenge. And so I have to implement small habits to do that. And so maybe we don't go out to eat as much, right? Or maybe I start tucking away every single Lavelle paycheck. Who's doing that? Tucking away. I don't care if it's $5. I don't care if it's $18. I don't care if it's $56. Tuck it away. Maybe pull it out of your bank account and have the actual dollars in your hand so you can feel it, so you can know what you did. Put it into a little zippy or something so that you can see what this business is doing for you. And when you add it up and you get to the amount that you need, how powerful is that moment going to be? Right? Versus just letting every paycheck go into your bank account. Okay, I've been there. I did that a lot. Every little paycheck would go into my bank account and it would be like it didn't mean anything to me. Even if it was $30, $40, $50, whatever. I never would make it mean anything to me. But if you start pulling it out and you actually have the money in a little zippy or whatever, how much more is that going to mean to you? When you can full-handedly say, look, this is going to my down payment. This is going for my rent. This is me thriving for free. This is me paying $100 or $1,000 off on this Lightstream loan or whatever it looks like for you right now. Right? Make it mean something for you. And one thing that Lindsay said one time, she said goals need a call to action. So like I said, it's not like I want to be 4K. It's I need to be 4K. I need to be 4K because I need a team underneath me because I need consistent paychecks. Right? Or I need consistent free product credit. So I'm going to go sign 4 customers this month on my account and my husband's account. Make it mean something to you. Write them down. Some of the things that I wrote down for this month, and all your goals don't have to be business. They don't all have to be financial. Financial is just kind of like my story because I was broke for a really long time and I'm tired of it and I'm not going to continue to sit there. So for me, I wrote finish this book. That's on my May goals. Finish this book. 3 new connections a day. You know how I tell you guys go make a friend? Okay, I'm upping it for May and I'm going to say I'm going to go make 3 friends. I'm making 3 friends a day. Okay. Because what I know that I need to work on is my engagement, is talking to more people. That's just me personally. I also want to make 1 op event. So I'm going to do my own opportunity event in May at some point, some night. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to go live. Typically, my audience is more active at night. So I'm going to do it at night. I'm going to do it on a weekday because they're more active then. That's just something I've realized over time. My audience is not typically there on the weekends because they're working people just like me and they're out with their family. So when I go live on the weekends, I don't typically get a lot of reaction. But when I go live on a weekday night, it's a little bit different vibe. So I'm going to make it an event, right? Facebook live event. I'm going to post it. I'm going to say, join me on this night. And we're going to talk about Wi-Fi wealth or whatever I want to call it. And I'm going to hop on and it's super uncomfortable. I've done them before. It's still super uncomfortable to hop on and you talk about working for Lavelle. You talk about the products. You talk about what they've done for you. You talk about the business. I don't know everything about the comp plan. Heck, I still do it. So I'm going to do 1 op event for May, 3 samples a week. I used to say however many samples a month, but like looking at that big number, sometimes I would get a little overwhelmed. So I'm going to say 3 samples a week. And I have little check boxes for each week. 1 new opportunity story a week, because I fall short on my opportunity stories. I will be honest with you. Sometimes it's much easier for me to just jump on face to face and do opportunity, and that's fine. But I do know that when I'm at the hospital for 12 hours, it would benefit me hugely to be able to throw up an opportunity story that isn't like 9 months old. So I am putting myself to the test this month. 1 new opportunity story per week. Help 1 customer thrive for free. I helped 1 thrive for free last month, and it felt really amazing yesterday when she texted me and she said, I used my credits for this and this. It felt really good. And here's the other thing. Your customer referring a customer is a win-win, because the commission goes to you. Did you know that? The commission goes to you, the volume goes to you, and it counts for your PPA, which is your new volume per month. Okay, so if you're trying to maintain a rank and you're trying to keep your 400 PPA, Harriet, for your bonus, that helps. Okay, and it also is a neat way to think about building your business for the future, because when you start tapping into other people's networks, okay, I will never tell you to go send out a cold message or go say, hey, who do you know who would love to thrive? No. But if you have a customer who's loving their product and you have not shared with them that they can earn their product for free by referring to people, that's very rude. Because when they find out that they could have thrived for free and you didn't tell them, they may leave you. I will tell you that. Okay. That's rude if you know that somebody can thrive for free. So always share it with them. I did a live video in the customer page. You are more than welcome to tag your customers in it and say, hey, message them, right? Hey, Sarah, I know you're loving your product. Just want to make sure you know you can thrive for free. We earn free product credit. Customers are able to do this too. 2 referrals for the month of May, and you'll have free product credit. The average of those 2 sales. You don't have to do the conversations. You can throw me in a 3-way chat. I will help them, right? But if you know anybody that might like the products just like you do, send them my way. And I will put them under you so that you can earn free product credit. It's just as simple as that. It helps you with your conversations. It helps you by being bold. It helps them. I can't do a 3. It helps them by earning their free product credit. It helps you with your volume. Like, this is like a win-win-win-win, right? There's nothing icky about it. I also put color in 1 puzzle piece. I did color in a puzzle piece tonight, but I'm going to color in another one because my goal is 1,000. Meet the Tribe series is something I'm doing for this month that I wanted to do. I wanted to get fresh faces. I'm not much on like sharing before and afters, maybe in my stories, but not like I don't share posts from the Lavelle fan page, even though there are great things on there. But what I wanted to do was, sorry, I've got mouth. What I wanted to do is do a Meet the Tribe series where every Tuesday night and every Thursday night I do a dual live, right? A lot of you guys have asked if you can do a dual live with me. Just so that my audience hears other people's stories, because listen, like, my audience is not all working moms that want to break the chains of the time clock, right? They have different stories. So maybe they're struggling with depression, just like one of you guys on here. Maybe they want to spend more time with their family, just like some of you guys on here. Maybe they want to get out of debt. Maybe they've struggled with addiction in the past. Maybe they, right? Those aren't my stories. Those are y'all's stories. But that can relate to somebody. So maybe that's something to think about for the future for you. I think it's going to be incredible, right? I'm having Katie's coming on. Don't be afraid to reach up above me. Please do not ever be afraid to reach up above me. But Katie's coming on. Mallory's coming on. Mallory is the one that couldn't afford the $3 box of pancakes, and now she just earned a $120,000 bonus for her family. Brielle's coming on. Jordan's coming on. and you guys are coming on, hopefully, right? But utilize your resources, reach up and reach out, use each other. Maybe you guys want to tag up together. Maybe you're like super uncomfortable and you don't know how to do a live video, or it still makes you want to poop your pants. Do one together. Maybe you guys like wake up in the morning. I'm not available every single morning because I do have to work, but like maybe you're available in the morning and you're like, hey, Karen, do you want to do a dual live? And like, we can just talk about our 3 steps and you share what kind of shake you're making and I'm going to share what kind of shake I'm making, and just share the products, and then bye, have a good day, you guys, right? You're sharing your community, you're sharing your products, and you're learning to get more comfortable with live video, right? Push yourself a little bit this month. Raise your hand if you can say that you pushed yourself for April. Yeah? Did you push yourself for April? You feel like you did? Okay. Don't just sit out May because there's no bonus attached to it. That's the worst thing that you can do for your business. Okay. When people see you going hard in the paint because it's bonus season, then all of a sudden it's not bonus season and your confidence gets bumped down a little bit and your belief gets bumped down a little bit. You have to keep showing up just like it's bonus season, right? Your belief stays the same, bonus or not. Okay. Write down these goals for May. Hopping on Zooms should be a goal, right? Maybe you want to do a work with me. Hop on a work with me, maybe one a week. Don't exhaust yourself trying to hop on every single Zoom that we have available. We have a lot, but like do what you can. Do what you can. Maybe you want, I don't know. I can't tell you like how to run your business every single month. But start brainstorming. Like what would help your audience? What do they need to see? Do they need to see your face more? Do they need to see more opportunity stories? Do they need to hear more about the business because you've been so product heavy forever? Right? Write them down. Put together a vision board. Do you see how I've got your names on here and everything? I've got so much on here. I've got you guys on here. I've got your goals on the wall. I've got my monthly goals. I've got the house we want to build one day. I've got my debt. That's the biggest thing in the middle that slaps me in the face every day when I look. I got a picture of my girls, picture of my husband. I haven't finished it for this month, but like I write down like how many new customers do I want to sign? I write down at the bottom like how many new promoters do I want to sign? How are you going to help them through their VIP period? Do they even know that you have a VIP period? Do you talk about it? Do you talk about the opportunity in your stories, right? It's these little habits that seem so insignificant, but I'm telling you, they're not insignificant. Okay. I hope this was helpful. Go put that book on your list of books to read because it's incredible. I'm sure that we will have more Zooms to come on this book because I'm only like halfway in. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. I'll talk to you guys later.